Okay, so this is the key to worksheet 8.4 part 2, and in number 1 it says round up to the nearest cent. Now keep in mind it says show enough work as presented in class to receive full credit, so don't just have the answer right here, because first of all, if the answer is incorrect and there's nothing there for me to see what you've done, you get 0 points. So show enough work as presented in class to get full credit. Even if it's correct, I need to see something. If it's correct, you don't get full credit. Okay? So follow directions always. Okay, so number 1, it says how much money should be deposited today in an account that earns 6% compounded semi-annually so that it will accumulate $12,000 in 4 years. So you want to end up with $12,000 in 4 years. And so the question is how much should you invest now to get that amount? Okay, so the form you're going to use will be this. So P equals the amount you want to end up with, so the accumulated amount, which in this case is 12,000. So P is the amount that you're going to, 12,000 the amount you want to accumulate, so that's A, and P is the amount you need to invest now, your principal, divided by 1 plus R divided by N, all raised to the NT power. So that should have been the formula you should have used. And then what I wanted you to do, as we did in class, was you would say, okay, so P equals, and then you put A, which is $12,000, that's how much you want to end up with, divided by 1, plus the rate, which is 6%. Again, you must write that as a decimal, 0.06, divided by N. N is the number of times being compounded per year, so semi-annually means N is 2. All raised, I'm going to put that in parentheses, N times T. So that's 2 times, and then T is the time, so that's 4 years, and T must be in years. And then just use your calculator and you're done with that. So you just put your answer here. It does say round up to the nearest cent. So round up to the nearest cent. It doesn't say round off, it says round up. So make sure we'll talk about that. Okay, so you're going to say 12,000. You calculate, you're going to say 12,000 divided by, in parentheses, put parentheses, 1 plus 0.06 divided by 2, close the parentheses, raised 2, open parentheses, 2 times 4, close the parentheses, and then press equal. So it's $9,472.90. It says round up. So even whatever this digit is, no matter if it's less than 5 or not, this is going to become a 2. Round up means just add 1 to this digit, to the hundreds place. So the answer is 9472.92. Okay? All right, part B, suppose it earns 3.25% compounded monthly so that it will accumulate $8,000 in 3 years. So same formula, you're going to say P equals. This time you want to accumulate $8,000. And so the question is, how much should you invest now to get that amount with this information? Okay, divided by 1 plus, so this is what you had to show. You had to show this. We mentioned that in class. 1 plus, and then 0.0325. You must change that to a decimal. And you got to move the decimal 2 places to the left. Divided by monthly means N is 12, so 12 months a year, so that goes here. All raised to the, in parentheses, remember NT, so N is 12, and then T in this case is 3. Close the parentheses, and then let's see what that is. All right, now, so we're going to get 8,000 divided by parentheses, 1 plus 0.0325 divided by 12, close the parentheses. You're going to raise that, so that's your exponent. Make sure you put parentheses, 12 times 3, close that parentheses, and then press equal. And so that is $7,257.70. Again, regardless of what is in the thousands placed, always add 1 to, it says round up, so always add 1 to the hundreds place. So that'll be 8. Okay? All right, now number 2. Number 2 says you deposit $9,000 in an account that pays 4.8% interest compounded quarterly. Find the future value after 1 year. Okay, so find the future value after 1 year. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use, for this one, so this says find the future value after 1 year. So right now, see, this time it's a little different than this one. So this one says you invested $9,000, so you know P this time. And you want to find how much is accumulated at the end of 1 year. So that's this formula here. A equals P times 1 plus R divided by N raised to the NT. So that's the formula you're going to use. And so in this case, that's going to be P, which is $9,000. That's how much you invested. Okay, times 1 plus the rate, which is 0.048. 0.048. Compounded quarterly. Quarterly is N is 4. Okay, 4 times a year. All raised to the NT power, so 4 times 1. Okay, and then whatever that is, that's your answer. So it'll be $9,000 times, in parentheses, 1 plus 0.048 divided by 4, close the parentheses, raised to the, in parentheses, 4 times 1, close the parentheses, and press equal. And so let's round this to nearest tenth. So $9,439.84. All right. And then it says B, use the future value formula for simple interest to determine the effective annual yield. So they want you to use the future value formula for simple interest to determine the effective annual yield. Okay, so the future value formula is this. So A equals P times 1 plus RT. That's your future value formula. And they want you to use this, so you must use this. Okay, so it says use this. All right, so that's your future value formula. A equals P times 1 plus RT. And so in this case, you're told that the accumulated amount is this right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this. So $9,439.84 equals the principal, the amount you invested, which is $9,000, times 1 plus, and you're trying to find the effective annual yield. So that's going to be, you're trying to find R in this case. All right, trying to find R. So it'll be R times T, and T in this case is 1. Okay, so it says 1 year. All right, so just be R times T, so R times 1 is just R. Okay, so T is 1, so T times 1 times R is R. Okay, now what you can do here is kind of use some algebra trying to get R by itself. So let's go ahead and distribute. Let's distribute. So I get $9,439.84 equals 9,000 plus 9,000 R. Okay. The next step is to subtract 9,000 from both sides, just like this. And then combine like terms. $9,439.84 subtract 9,000 is $439.84. And that's going to equal that 0, so that's going to equal 9,000 R. And to get R by itself, you can divide both sides by this coefficient, because right now you're multiplying. The opposite of multiplication is division. And so when you do that, you're going to get R is approximately equal. Use your calculator for that part. So you're going to say $439.84 divided by 9,000 equals, and it's kind of like 0.04887, something like that. Okay, well, let's go ahead and write this as a percent. So you move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So it'll be 4 and then round to nearest tenth. So 4.9%. So make sure you round to the nearest, tenth of a percent. Okay, so that's what you have to do there. All right. Okay, so that's the key to worksheet 8.4, part 2.